Okay. Good evening, everybody. Happy Thursday, and welcome to our Live Liz call that we have every week on Thursdays to kind of gain together, join in together, and just learn from. We have a guest speaker on every week. Sometimes we have a spotlight from someone in our actual team in my downline, and it's just a really fun time that we can grow together, get motivated, and pumped up through the week. And so tonight we have a phenomenal warrior, angel woman, Dawn Andrews, Emerald Ambassador with Plexus, and I got to see her just a couple weeks ago. I know Evelyn got to see her as well, and she has a phenomenal testimony, but she's going to talk with us tonight about the 4 areas of belief, and I could not think of a better person to talk about this than Dawn. And so, Dawn, if you want to share it, the floor is yours. You can share as much or as little of your testimony and your journey as you want, and then I'll let you just kind of roll into the topic.
Okay, and this is, like informal. So if you guys want to interrupt me and ask questions or whatever, just holler out. Okay, guys. So thank you so much, Elizabeth, for inviting me to share with your team tonight. And Elizabeth's a really great leader. I've gotten to know her through a couple of trainings and just really impressed with her leadership style and she's just outgoing, and and I could just tell you just want it, right? And you just want it and you want to learn and you're going for it. And that's the kind of spirit that just gets me so excited. And so absolutely, when she said, will you do a team call? I said, absolutely, because that spirit to me is exactly what it takes. And I just want to really just lift you up in that. So great job. I know you're just going to, go all the way with this business. So like she said, I'm Dawn Andrews, and you know what? It's the end of the day, and I've got 5 kids, and I put every single one of them to bed, and I gave them baths tonight, and so I'm a hot mess tonight, but that's the way I roll, right? That's what the beauty of this business is. You can make it work with your life. Before I started Plexus, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was homeschooling all 5 of my kiddos, and so I still think of myself as a stay-at-home mom. I still kind of haven't even wrapped my head around having a job. I don't really think of Plexus as a job, but it pays like a really great job. So I don't know. I always like when I'm filling out the applications, about like for the kids, like what's your occupation? I'm like, I'm not really sure if I work. I haven't really decided yet. It's still up in the air. But I love doing this and sharing. So I don't want to spend too much time on my story because I could get into details, but I don't want to do that because I'm really excited to talk about belief. And I think the reason that I get so excited about belief is because if I personally didn't have belief, I wouldn't be here. I would not be an Emerald. I wouldn't even still be doing this business because all of the odds have been against me personally from almost the very, very beginning. So, but I will kind of give you guys I'll give you a little insight into what I mean by that. I started Plexus in January of 2014, and I'm in Virginia. And at the time, like nobody had really heard of Plexus before in Virginia, so I was really going out on a big, major limb when I heard about it from a high school friend who happened to be Andrew Gwynn. I went to high school with Celeste Gwynn's husband, and so he talked about it a little bit on Facebook, and I thought, that sounds pretty good. They're a pretty cool family. What I remember, he was like Mr. Student Government SCA. I kind of trust that guy. So anyway. So I joined Plexus, and I'd never taken the products and had absolutely no one in Virginia doing it. So when I got into it, it took me a couple of months, first of all, to believe in the products, to kind of get excited about it and start to see the vision. And once I did see the vision, and I want to share this with you because I really remember a defining moment. It was about February of that same year where I heard a famous network marketer talking about the beauty of network marketing. Now, I had never done network marketing before, so I didn't know anything about it. But he said, the sky's the limit with network marketing. It's the greatest equal opportunity out there. It is like the last frontier of equal opportunity, right? Where you don't have to be well educated. You don't have to have a bunch of money to start a business. You don't have to have a certain education. I mean, it's network marketing allows anybody from any place to be successful. And that got me really excited because remember, I was a stay-at-home mom. I was homeschooling my kids. I hadn't worked really in a decade. And when I worked, I was in my 20s and was just kind of, whatever jobs. It just really, so I get really excited about that. And the thought of being able to provide a substantial income and help my husband, who owns a business also, to kind of help the family was just super exciting. So I remember a defining moment where I heard Art Jonek say, draw your line in the sand, okay, when you're really ready to go for this business and really go for it in network marketing. Step over the line, put your blinders on, and just go full speed ahead. And I remember doing that. I remember just being really excited about the products, excited about the business opportunity, excited about network marketing, and drawing my line in the sand. So went full speed ahead. My business really took off. Went gold, senior gold, was on top of the world, was getting ready to turn 40 that summer. And I thought, this is it. This is my new thing. I'm so passionate. I mean, I was the epitome of crazy Plexus lady, right? Hopefully you guys are too, because I think that's what it takes to be successful, honestly. But just a couple months, and it's from January to May, built my business. But then right at the end of May, beginning of June, I had just gone senior gold. I found out I had breast cancer. And it was, it was terrible, as you can imagine. Even when I even think back to that moment, I kind of get my hair stand up on my arm because it's just so bad. But in that moment, remember, once the kind of dust settled and I kind of said, okay, wait a minute here. I drew my line in the sand. I love this business. I love these products. I love sharing. And I told myself that I was putting my blinders on, and all those network marketers that I had been learning from had said, life's going to happen. And there's going to be things in our life that get us down. There's going to be, whether it be life circumstances, whether it be toxic, negative people, something is going to happen to try to steal your dream. It's not like if something happens, it's like when something happens. My thing was just really bad and really big. But I said, I drew my line in the sand and I'm going full speed ahead. And so I'm going to continue to build despite chemo, radiation, surgery, and a whole year of cancer treatments. And so that's what I mean when I say the odds were sort of against me, because nobody would have thought anything less of me if I just went, forget this. I'm done. I can't do this. I got to go crawl in my hole and deal with cancer and be sick. I mean, really, nobody would have, it would have been fine. But really, because of the belief, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, and the kind of, we separating into the 4 quadrants of belief, because of my belief in what this could be, I wasn't ready to give up on my dream. I wasn't going to let what I felt like cancer take it from me. So continue to go full speed ahead, not nearly the speed that I had done before that, but it was okay. That's, again, the beauty of our business is you can make it work as long as you stay committed, as long as you stay consistent, and you keep the passion and the sharing. It can work at your own pace despite what's going on. And so kind of rolled into the new year like that, finished up my cancer treatments. Really, I wasn't really done with everything until like September of 2015, honestly, between everything and surgeries and everything I had to go through. And then went Emerald in December. So it was kind of nice. December of 2015, which is past December, turned Emerald. And I was just sharing a few minutes ago about my contrasting Decembers. December of 2014 was just like the worst month ever. And so then December of 2015 was like the best month ever. And so that's why I have a pink Christmas tree behind me to remind me to celebrate all the days, whether they're good, bad, whatever, but to really celebrate those. So anyway, that's sort of my journey to Emerald. And so now, continuing to build and to grow. And honestly, I don't think it matters where you get to, whatever rank you are in this business. You're always learning and you're always developing and always growing and always sort of feeling a little like, I don't really know what to do next because I've never done it before. And that's why it's important to be on team calls. Why it's important to stay engaged and to learn and to continue to grow, because that's a huge, huge, huge part of everybody's journey and everybody's success is that personal growth. Okay. So what I want you guys to do, if you have a pen and paper handy, grab it, because we're going to do a little exercise, is what I like to call the belief quadrant. I think it's a nice visual that we can all use, and I think you'll learn something as you kind of go through it. So you want to take your paper and your pen, and I want you to draw like a quadrant, so like a cross. So you have 4 different squares on your paper. Okay, so if you guys do that. And I want you to put in one quadrant products, and then the next quadrant the company, and then the bottom put network marketing, And then the last quadrant, yourself. So write all 4 of those things. And I talk fast, so I'll give you guys a minute to actually write that out. And I'll find it here on my papers. So I have notes.
Forgive me, Dawn. I was digging for a pen and paper. Could you give me your quadrant names again, please?
Yes, I know. I'm so fast. Okay. So on one quadrant, you're going to put products, the first one. I'm so glad to see you, Evelyn. Hello.
Me too.
Products. The second one, company.
Okay.
Third one is network marketing.
Okay.
And the last one is yourself. Okay. So here we go. So this is the 4 sort of the 4 basic areas of belief. Because here's the deal, you guys. Belief is the foundation for success in this business. Elizabeth can train you and give you the tools all day long. You can get the training manuals. You can go to every training that's available. And you can have everything and all the resources. But if you don't have this sort of foundation of belief, and we're going to go through the quadrants, it's very difficult to be successful in this business. If there's any deficit in any area of belief, you're going to find it difficult to really build and grow. So let's talk about number 1, belief in the products. And what I want you to do is I want you to rate yourself, your personal belief in the Plexus products on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being I don't really believe in them at all, and I have lots and lots of questions. And you might be a 1. If you just joined yesterday and you've never taken the products before, then you're probably a 1. That's fine. Or a 10 is like, I know these products, I love these products, they've changed my life, and I've seen other people. Okay? So 1 through 10. So let's, what? Yes, go ahead, Evelyn.
I don't know what I think, Liz. Maybe a 10?
Who do I have on the call? I do like to kind of know who I'm talking to. I know Evelyn and Liz. Who else is there? Just kind of chime in and say hey to me.
Hi, I'm Amy.
Hi, Amy.
From South Carolina.
That's good. I was in Charleston this summer. Yay.
I love Charleston. I have fallen in love with it since we moved here.
That's a nice town. Okay. Anybody else out there?
On the line,
Hello.
I'm Janie from Ross.
Okay. Good. Did I get everybody? Okay.
And Tanya.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so a belief in the product. So let's say, for example, if you just started, I didn't ask, but then if maybe your belief is really low, or there can be off the charts. If you're a 10, you're in good shape. Okay, that means you have a great testimony, whatever. But if you're not, and most, that does happen. Some ways that you can build your belief in the product certainly are obvious. Be a product of the product, number 1, of course. Get on team calls like this. A lot of times I'm sure you guys share testimonies. You start to learn how the products are helping one another on your team. Go to events. That's a huge one. Anytime there's a sip and see in your area, it doesn't even have to be your team. Get to an event. Corporate events, personally run events, because honestly, I think there is where our belief really gets built, because we can have a great testimony and they could be really doing wonders for us. But maybe we're just trying to lose weight, but then you go to an event and you hear about this Lisa who was debilitated with MS, and now she's living a great life and feels awesome. Wow. Whoa, are you kidding me? That's an awesome testimony. So you want to hear from other people and see what the products are doing from other people. So get to events, even when you're tired and it's after work and you're like, I don't want to go, just make yourself go, because you really will get a lot out of that. Watch videos on the products. I think that's really great. And also, if you're a research type person, understand the ingredients. Take some time. Look and see what are in the ingredients. Look at third-party websites. Find out, what does chromium do? What does alpha lipoic acid do that's in the Slim? Because when you start to understand what the ingredients can do, that'll get you really excited about the products, and it starts to help you make sense. And so when you're talking to somebody about low blood, how Slim regulates your blood sugar, you can maybe refer to it because you've learned a little bit about chromium and how chromium does that. And then, it just kind of helps with your knowledge base. So that you have to make that investment. Okay, so those are some ways, because the thing is about the belief quadrant, The goal is to be a 10 in every area. To really have unshakable passion and belief is to have that 10. All right, so let's move on to company. This is rate yourself right now, you guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much belief do you have in Plexus Corporate, the company itself, and the mission? Okay? So this, again, maybe you just started and it might be really low because you know nothing about Plexus, and it might be that you've been to convention and you've been to Leaders Retreat and you've seen the company and you've met some of the corporate executive staff and you have a great belief. So again, it's a wide spectrum. But if you're not a 10 and really understanding the mission of our company and what our executives want for our ambassadors, some ways that you can help increase your belief is learn from people. Is to certainly go, I'll go to convention. That's a huge one. We have that every year in June. You're going to get there. You're going to hear Ala. You're going to hear Tarl speak. We've got an incredible new executive committee. You guys have heard of Sarah Biergard. I guess that's how you say it. She's really, really good. I've had an opportunity to talk to her. She's got awesome energy. She's been in network marketing forever. So you get an opportunity to meet the people, right? And when you meet them face to face, that really helps really build your belief in understanding that our executives have our best interests in mind. And so then when things kind of, maybe the back office isn't doing what we want it to do, or we feel frustrated about like a system or whatever, if you know that they're really working really hard in our best interest, it kind of helps us overcome that and not get frustrated. Okay, so going to the events, I hope that going to Leaders Retreat, maybe some of you earned that, get to know the executives. And then also, one of the things that Alex says is when you're blessed to be a blessing. I love that, and I think that's sort of you hear that a lot, and that's who our company is. So building your belief in the company. All right, the next one is network marketing. Okay, so rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on how much you believe in the business model of network marketing. Okay, so this one's really important. It's really important to have an unshakable 10 in the business model. Why? Because if you don't have an unshakable belief in the business model, you're going to struggle with team building, period. That's what's going to happen, because you won't feel confident in the business model and the industry of network marketing, confident enough to ask people to join your team. So if you're not a 10, I really want you to focus. I think this is a really important area. I have people on my team who have $2,000 in PV every single month, okay? But they don't have a team. They haven't even gotten to silver yet. And they'll go, this is true, a year, and they've got an incredible PV and they're not building a team. And I'm looking at that going, obviously this person has incredible belief in the products. She's out there sharing the products. She's getting customers. But there's something not right, because she's not believing in network marketing and the business model to be able to present the business opportunity in such a way that people want to come and join her on the team. Okay, so this is a really important one, because I'm sure, as you know, if you understand our compensation plan at all, that's where, when you build a team, that's where your residual income comes in. That's where the insane money comes in. It's customers are awesome. We want to have customers, but that's not where you make your money. That's not where you have life-changing income. You have it in team building. So you want to have a really strong belief in network marketing. So let's say that you've never done it before. I had never done it before. I knew nothing about network marketing. I'd heard a little bit about Amway. There was some weird shady stuff in the 80s, pyramid schemes, and we've all heard that stuff. Unfortunately, there are companies out there that have given network marketing like a bad rap in general. But what you have to do is commit to really understanding how network marketing should be done. And our is really good about that. That's actually part of our vision statement, is to do network marketing the way it should be done, and rarely is. Okay, so becoming a student of network marketing is important. And like I kind of mentioned that in my testimony, I didn't know what it was, and so I started pouring myself into not just Plexus videos and learning about Plexus, but going outside and learning about it. I think one of the best professional network marketers. He does awesome stuff, is Eric Worre. I'm sure you've heard of him. He has one of the foundational books to read is GoPro. So honestly, when someone joins my team and they express they want to build a business, I give them a GoPro book. I'm like, you got to read this. This is the first thing you need to do. It also comes on audio. So if you don't want to sit down and read it, stick it in your car, listen to it over and over again. And what that book does is really set network marketing up as a profession. And that's really important because you want to be professional. You are a business owner. And I know that if you're on this call, that means you're taking your business seriously. You want to learn, you want to grow. And so think of it as, I want to be a professional. And in order to be a professional, I need to study the profession. So Eric Worre is great. Sarah Robbins is really good too. Rock Your Network Marketing Business. She's got good stuff. Another one that I love is Jim Rohn. If you've never heard of him, he has an awesome audio that you can order. I think it's like Build Your Network Marketing Business or something. It's really like a boring title, but it's a really good one. He's a pastor who also was a network marketer, really successful. So he has some biblical principles that he pulls into it. So those are just some things that you can do. But it's about, again, it's about we, when I say you, because I'm talking to you, but it's us, I mean, me too, but investing my time into learning and growing. And that's an area that you can do that. So remember, you're a professional, learn how to be a professional, build your belief in network marketing. You need to be an unshakable 10 to really build your team. Okay. And then the last one, which honestly is the hardest one, I think, for a lot of people, is yourself. Okay. So I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How much do you believe in yourself to reach your goal? Okay. And I hope that all of your goal is to be a diamond in this company, but maybe it's not. I think that it should be, honestly. I think sometimes we sell ourselves short and we think, oh, I could, if I could just be a ruby, or I could just be a senior gold, which is fine. But go ahead and imagine, let's just take it down a little bit. Let's just go ahead and imagine yourself as a diamond, all right? Walking across the stage, a diamond ambassador, earning $500,000 a year, having 4,000 points, 4,500 points in your organization. How much do you believe that you can do that? I'm going to be quiet and let you really think about it. Do you see yourself walking across that stage and getting your diamond thing at convention? I guess that's what you call it, little paperweight thing. Okay? All right. So here's the deal. If you're not a 10, you got to be a 10. You have to be a 10. We have to believe in ourselves. And that can be really, really hard. That's one of these things that, especially for women, we're so hard on ourselves. We're so critical. I don't know, somewhere along the way, it could have been a parent, it could have been an aunt, an uncle, someone in the school, a teacher said something to us, did something that made us like not believe in ourselves, not think that we were worth it, not think that we could deserve something. And so that is part of this business, is kind of growing through that, taking all of that past junk and all that past garbage and just making it go away. You kind of imagine like a giant dustpan, okay? And you're going to take all that junk from your childhood, your past, the people that told you weren't good enough, and you're just going to sweep it up in the dustpan, all right? It's yucky, it's messy, and it's just no good. So you're going to sweep it up in the dustpan, and then I want you to take your giant dustpan, and I want you to just give it up to God. Just give it away. It's gone, okay? And then you're going to start with a clean slate. And tell, and it's really easy to say, oh, you got to believe in yourself, So you're like, well, what do I do? How do I do that? Again, this is about investing in ourselves. And so seeking out personal development type books, read audio, have something in your car every single time you get in your car and you turn it on that comes on and lifts you up. That's going to tell you, whether it be, maybe it's Les Brown. To me, he's like the best, man. You listen to some Les Brown, you're like, woo, I am ready to just rock the world. Okay. So get you some Les Brown. So there's lots of really great people out there that, do daily affirmations and daily devotions. And there's a really great book called What to Say. I always get it wrong. It's like a self-talk book. Liz, you probably know what it is. Sonia Dudley does a great
Yes.
little challenge on it.
A
So
lot of people doing that book right now. So it's What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Homesteader.
okay, good. Thank you. I knew you would know what it was. So that's a really great one. I think, some things that we can start doing, like right now, before you order the book, is when you get off this call, get out some sheets of paper and just write affirmations. And so just write them out. Just get like a stack of paper and like write it nice and big. And an affirmation isn't a dream board. An affirmation isn't like, I want to be a diamond. You don't say, I want to be a diamond, or I hope to advance in this business. Those are not the kinds of things we say. It's like, I am a diamond in 2016. I am a diamond in 2018. What I have to say is important. I'm a great leader. Okay, an affirmation is something that you're absolute about, and it's what you want, but you're absolute. It's not, I want to be a great leader. It's, I am a great leader. I will be healthy. I am taking care of myself, like whatever it is. And it can be, an affirmation is plexus related, business related, but it's all life, right? So I have, I'm looking over here, I keep going like that because I have a bunch on my wall that it really meant a lot to me. Like one of mine is, I listen more than I speak. That I need to do that. I get that, sometimes I'm right. So that's my affirmations. I'm energetic. I'm well rested. I have to remind myself because I like to work until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm a night owl. But I have to, my affirmation tells me that I need to be well rested. So that's because the thing is it, at first it kind of sounds hokey to think, what, you're gonna write this stuff down and put it on your wall. But the thing is your mind, when your mind sees it, it doesn't know that it's hokey. In your mind, you've said it, your mind sees it, and the visual is telling you this is what your life is going to look like. And there's, there's lots of testimonies of people that say, man, when I really, really affirmed myself and wrote out those affirmations, it changed. Everything changed. It stopped being a wish. Success no longer became a wish or like a far-fetched dream, but it was real and it came to fruition. And so your affirmations are very important. So I encourage you after the call, do it, right? Why delay? Why? Just do it. Just write the affirmations, put them in a place where you'll see them. Maybe they're in your bathroom, maybe they're in your kitchen. Mine are on my office wall. Okay, so other things that I think are very helpful in that believe quadrant for yourself are finding a power partner. If you don't already have one, find somebody that you work really well with. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone in your downline or your upline. It can be someone on your team, or it can be someone on another team. I have a few different power partners that are not on my team at all that I've just met through Plexus, who I have a great connection with. We have a lot of the same personality traits, and I just love talking to them. So we check in with each other. How are you doing? What's your business, like? What kind of struggles did you have? What are you challenged with? And there's something about having that other person to kind of bounce ideas off of, and that person wants you to be successful just the way that you want them to be. So it helps. I think that helps a lot with motivation. And again, just belief in yourself. Like, okay, we can do this together. We is a lot more fun than being by yourself. And I think that's good too, because, sometimes, and I know as Elizabeth continues to grow her team, it's the bigger you get, the harder it is to spend really a quality time with people on your team, like even your level ones. And so I always I like to know that my people have power partners. So they're not, I don't have time to spend on the phone with everybody that I want to. I would love to be able to do that, but I wouldn't be able to grow my own business if I did that. So having that power partner is super important. So find a power partner. And then another thing I think is really helpful too for belief in yourself is coaching calls. Get with somebody that is a mentor. Find a mentor type person, which is different than a power partner. A power partner is going to be someone that's more like at your level where, if you're both working to goals, right? You're kind of both, that's how you motivate one another. But a coaching call is someone that's a mentor that you really identify with, that you respect, that you feel like you can learn and grow from, and ask them to coach you. I have coaching calls with a couple of people that aren't even my level ones, but have come to me and said, hey, I'd really like to spend some time with you. And if, when you find a mentor that loves this business and excited, they're going to want to help you. That's just the nature of it, because we all get excited to help one another and see each other be successful. So seek that out. And again, you kind of, I think real success in this business, you kind of have to go after it sometimes. You have to go find the mentor, not wait for the person to just show up. So again, it's kind of about being active in that area too. And then the last thing I think I had under yourself was the visualizations. We talked a little bit about it when I said, do you imagine yourself on the stage? But yeah, visualize what it's going to be like. See yourself at convention walking across the stage. See yourself in Hawaii when you get to Emerald and you're sitting at the beach and drinking your pina colada. Like, imagine yourself in that place. And then, imagine I'm sure you've talked about your why. Your why is to maybe it's just, have an orphanage in Haiti and be able to fund it, or to do mission trips with your family, or to travel the world. Whatever it is, visualize, see yourself doing it. See yourself doing it with your kids. And when you, when you make those visualizations, again, it will come to fruition. Okay, so that's my belief quadrant, guys. And so I just challenge you all, wherever after doing that and rating yourself, maybe where you need to work, and really spend some time and focus on making sure that your belief is a 10 in all areas. And when you have unshakable belief, the sky is the limit and you will go all the way.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it. I know it's exactly what I needed to hear again. And I just heard you talk about it, some of it anyway, when I was at the training just, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. But I love the areas of belief. Does anybody have a question for Dawn really quick before she hops off? Any question about the 4 different quadrants or ways that you can grow each quadrant if you're not a 10? Or does anybody want to share anything about themselves or what they've learned from doing this exercise?
Sadly, I would have to say my lowest score would be myself.
Do you want to share anything else about it? Maybe why, or light bulb moments that you had?
Well, you and I know we've had this conversation. I mean, my self-esteem has not been the best. And Dawn, we had this conversation. My other hindrance is being my other half.
Mm-hmm.
And the not believing in myself. I already told Liz. Liz believed in me before I believed in me. So I think I've been my own hindrance, monkey wrench.
Yeah. Well, the first thing is knowing it, right? And so are you taking steps? Are you reading books, the affirmations? I mean, you have some things in place?
Yeah.
Good.
We're working on it. Yeah.
Well, that's exactly right. I think all of us have lack of belief in ourselves. I mean, that's the hardest one. It really is for everybody. And the person that you were when you started Plexus is going to be a completely different person than the person that walks across that stage. You will grow so much in the process of getting there. So every diamond that you see, that is beautiful and on stage and it seems like she has it all together and has the perfect words, that's not who she was the day she started Plexus. She grew into that, and so just remember that you don't just wake up one day and have it all together. Nobody does. It's a process and it's okay.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely right.
There's the team building skills, learning the team building skills. Actually, we got an email a few days ago, and I actually went out and they had the GoPro books for $5, and I went out on faith and bought 10 of them,
That's awesome.
They were $5. And so when you were saying how you gave them to your team members,
Mm-hmm.
I went out on faith that I would have 10 team members that I could give them to.
That is
Hopefully.
good for you. That's what I did. Is I always buy them when they go on sale for $5. Yeah,
That's perfect. That's perfect.
that is so good, Evelyn. Thank you so much for sharing. That's good.
Yeah. Does anybody else want to share anything that they've learned about themselves, or just any thoughts on the
Well, I got a 39. So there's one spot that didn't get a 10. And it's something that we touched on while at convention. I probably mentioned to you, Liz, but I need to be able to be a better business builder, better team builder. But I've got that one area of weakness. I've got the belief in the product. I've got the belief in the network marketing. Totally comfortable with that. Totally believe I could do it myself if I put my mind to it and try to set aside other distractions in my life and try to focus. But with the company got a number 9, and a part of that I shared with Liz this summer, and that is I had been involved with another company. It wasn't network marketing, but well, it was salesy. But anyway, I got burned by some of the leadership, and I was afraid after that to get linked with someone else, connected with someone else. And so, but going to the convention helped a lot. But how else can I improve that little area of like reserve that I have?
Now, is it because of the past experience with another company, or actually because something that happened with Plexus? I was a little confused.
Well, sometimes when we have glitches, it creates doubt in my mind,
Yeah.
But like when the transition for the website occurred and things slowed down that month, and if I have any time when I have problems that seems like too long to resolve. That's where
I think it's good to just remember and be reminded of how young our company is. I say this sometimes. I'm like, the way that we've been doing this, and even Plexus Corporate, it's been kind of like the Wild West. Like there haven't been systems in place long enough to be good systems. Like you look at somebody like a Mary Kay, I don't even know. I think they've been around for like 80 years, something crazy, right? So that's 80 years to build some pretty good systems and pretty flawless stuff, right? And they've got the people in place, but you have to remember that Plexus they were doing like $100,000 a year in 2009, and didn't even really take off until 2013, 2014. And it was Alec and Tarl, these two dudes, doing everything. I mean, that's like Alec, when you talk to him, he was the marketing guy, the sales guy, the CEO guy. So they're running the leaders retreat. I mean, that's the way, and that's the way small businesses start out. They start out with a couple of guys doing everything. But we just got to the point this year where we actually have an executive staff, where we actually have somebody just in charge of marketing. Ambassador training. We didn't have any training at all or education up until just this year, So I say all that. You just kind of have to remember that we're a baby. It's like a baby growing, we're like in the toddler phase.
right.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, and with that kind of growth, with explosive growth, always brings problems.
Yeah.
And it's how they resolve those problems that make a huge difference. I know.
You have to just and when you are in with the company for a while and you do go to convention and retreat and you meet them and you talk to them, wow, these are really good people that really have our best interests in mind. Like they're not the kind of people that are gonna just do something because it's gonna make a bunch of money,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's any other way to build your belief than just to continue to stick with it and understand where we came from and where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Tanya, Delane, Amanda, Megan, anybody want to add anything about something they might have learned, or any other questions for Dawn? Okay.
Okay.
Dawn, thank you so very much for spending your evening. I'm going to end our call with prayer, if y'all don't mind. Evelyn reminded me of that at the very beginning of this, and she said, "Don't forget." And we had Amber Livesey on our call. I think it was last week, or no, the week before last, and I was very convicted about that. And so, if y'all don't mind, I want to say a quick prayer. Or Dawn, do you prefer? Do you want to pray?
I love it. I pray after my team calls too, but I'll let you do it because I've done a lot of talking.
Okay. Or anything else you might want to add before I kind of close her off?
Great. Thanks you guys for having me. It's always fun to, it helps build my belief when I talk about belief, right? When you get to be the teacher, it makes you do better.
It does. Absolutely. 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 So we'll pray really quick together. God, I just thank you so much for the opportunity to hear Dawn's testimony tonight, Lord, and I thank you so much for each and every person that took time out of their evening to get on the call tonight. And God, I thank you that each of these amazing women have taken the leap of faith. They've whether they've drawn their line in their sand or not yet, God, I thank you that they have taken a chance on themselves. They've taken a chance on their health. They've taken a chance on their families, maybe their business or the income that's going into their family. But they've taken a chance on themselves and growing themselves and learning more about themselves and who they are and how they can better glorify you each and every day. And God, I thank you that you have provided us this opportunity with Plexus, and I thank you for the relationships that are being built through this. And I want to pray over the power partners that are going to form if they haven't already formed yet, God. I pray over those relationships that each would grow and learn from each other. But God, I just thank you for the information, God, about the belief and having the belief in our company and the products and network marketing in ourselves. And God, we know that we can't do anything apart from with your help. And I just pray that you would help us to look and really self-evaluate these areas of our life and these areas of our business, and to help us to grow in ways that would glorify you in all that we do. And we thank you and praise you and give you all the glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I guess if there was something I would have to add, it would be that pray for your team, pray for your business, pray for the people. I think that there's something really great about when you prayed that the right people would join your team. When someone says no, you're like, well, that's okay, because that's not the person God sent to me. And there's something very peaceful about that, knowing that when you're building a team, that God's called them. I tell my team that all the time. I'm like, you were prayed for. Yeah, I was praying for you and you didn't even know it. You're not here by accident, and I know that and believe that. So that's a huge part of building this business.
That is absolutely the truth. And I can tell you firsthand experience here that is the truth. There's a piece about, each and every day. That doesn't make every day easy, does it, Dawn? No. But it does. You do have a piece that when they say no, you've prayed for them so that you know that when you go back to them, they may or they may not say no again. Mm-hmm. But if it is the Lord's will, they will eventually say yes. And all you have to do is do your part. You have to, I love the quote by Mark Batterson, you have to work like it depends on you, but pray like it depends on him. And I think that goes hand in hand, because a lot of people say, well, Lord, let your will be done. And they just kind of sit back and say, well, bring it to me. That's not the case. We have to bring it. We have to bring our part. We have to bring more than 100%. And the Lord, of course, is faithful as well. So we love you, Dawn. We are praying for you. Did not pray for you. I feel horrible about that. But we pray for you every day. We do.
Thank you.
If not every day, we think about you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Well, thanks, everybody, for having me again. I'm glad. I know y'all are my East Coast friends, so I'll see you, I'm sure, somewhere, North Carolina, traveling to South Carolina. Good
yes.
time. Yeah. All right.